IRS, and we have Congressman Joe Crowley, a member of that committee, who just stepped out of the hearing for us. It's good to see you, Congressman. Good morning.
Thanks, Chris. Great to be with you.
I don't know if you were able to hear some pretty tough questioning from Paul Ryan, your colleague, to Steve Miller, who, of course, it was and is the acting IRS commissioner, but has resigned in the wake of all of this. And clearly the implication was he lied to your committee. Do you believe he did?
Well, you know, lie is a pretty big word, and I think I would more describe his questioning as badgering. I think what we really need to do, Chris, is to get the answers. And right now, unfortunately, what you've seen is a breakdown in the process. It's about partisanship once again and trying to somehow link this to the White House. And, you know, it's the same old, exactly what people are really angry about what's happening in Washington today. What really we all should be outraged by what took place. I am. No political entity ought to be investigated or gone after by the IRS, regardless of their political beliefs. And what's clear, Chris, is that both conservative and progressive groups were targeted. That's not very clear by the Republican questioning right now, but we know that to be the case.
Well, I heard your opening statement, and I just wonder, because you mentioned Chairman Camp and all of that, do you believe that he and some of the other Republicans, if not all of the other Republicans, are more interested in going after the White House than they are in getting to the bottom of this?
Up until this morning, Chris, I was under the impression that we were working in a bipartisan way. Leading up to my opening statement, which I was not allowed to give, I went right to questioning. If I had the opportunity to go through my opening statement, I was applauding Chairman Camp for his bipartisanship, and instead, his opening statement made me change my questioning because it clearly was a very partisan statement that he led with.
Your Democratic colleague, Charlie Rangel, I think sort of crystallized what a lot of people hope will come out of this hearing, and the question he asked is, how far did this cancer go, and how quickly can we cut it out? What do you think the answer to those questions is, and can you get to the bottom of it?
Well, as the Inspector General himself said in his report, that it was wholly contained within the IRS. No outside entity was involved in this investigation, or this persecution, as you may say. So clearly the White House was not involved. The Inspector General, a Bush appointee, a Bush political appointee, said that no White House influence was a part of what took place during a Bush appointee's time, Mr. Shulman's time at the IRS.
Obviously, we've already seen two people who, the acting commissioner himself and his number two, who are gone. But do you think it's going to stop there? For example, a name that has been brought up is Lois Lerner, who, of course, was managing the IRS's arm of exempt organizations at the time all this happened.
I think if you're Ms. Lerner right now, you're very worried. She came before our subcommittee on oversight last week when I asked her the question whether or not the IRS was actually engaged in investigating political 501c4s. She failed to answer that question. She then, 2 days later, planted a question at a press event, only to then use that opportunity to apologize for what the IRS had been doing. And when asked why she hadn't come clean earlier, she said no one ever asked. The truth was, I had asked in Congress at a committee hearing just 2 days earlier. If you're Ms. Lerner, I think you're a little worried about your career right now.
To get to the heart of what really happened here, Congressman, what are the key questions that you need to have answered today? How do we figure out, because you have to figure out what happened here before you decide how to fix it?
Well, I think even the President and Secretary of the Treasury, Lou, have already said, and we've already learned this morning, quite frankly, from the testimony of the Inspector General, that no one outside the IRS. We know it's contained in the IRS itself. And now what we have to do is make sure that something this outrageous never happens again, that we put in place safeguards. That's what the American people want. They want to know that this entity that has so much information about our personal lives is actually doing its job and not going after Americans for what they believe. That's what I, as a Democrat, want to see happen, regardless as to what administration is in charge. And I even believe my Republican colleagues want to see that as well. But we need to stop the political gamesmanship and ask the questions, get the answers, and then fix the system.
We have 3 congressional investigations that are underway to try to get to the bottom of this, Congressman. As you know, a Justice Department probe. The President has suggested with all that going on, there's no need for an independent counsel, but Mark Fabiani, former special counsel to Bill Clinton, told the Wall Street Journal that a probe run by the administration may not silence critics, and that maybe a special counsel should be considered. What's your position on that?
Well, I think at this point in time, we should let Congress do its work right now. The one thing we haven't had is a Congress doing its job. We've been bogged down in partisanship. Let's see if the Congress can act like adults and actually ask the questions that need to be asked and get the answers. And if, after all that process, you said there's 3, there may be more hearings scheduled in the future. As many hearings as possible, I think, to find the answers we need to do. And if that fails, then we can look at other alternatives then.
Congressman Joe Crowley, I know you want to get back into that hearing room. You're good to come out and talk to us about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Good to be with you.
Let's go back to the questionnaire.